Okay, everyone. So we are going to go over some different training tips every week. I'm going to do this. The first 15 minutes is going to be me training, and then the last 15 minutes will be open question and answer. So, of course, you want to be on the calls, and especially because when Facebook decides to not let me go live in the group, then you want to be on the calls anyway. So, this one is called What Are Your Excuses Costing You? So, why do people fail in network marketing or in direct sales type companies? And most of the time is because they find an excuse, right? They anybody can find an excuse or make an excuse no matter what. But think of the excuses that you have. So don't set yourself up for failure even before you get started. Like, one of the excuses I hear a lot of times is I don't know enough people. So go out and meet people, go to different meetups, find events on Facebook, find events on Eventbrite, find events on Meetup, find groups to join on social media, where you have like different common interests. So like for me, I'm in groups of cops' wives because my late husband was a police officer. I'm in groups for homeschool moms because I raised 4 children and I homeschooled for several years. I am in groups for Christian moms because I'm that. I'm in groups for widows because I had that title for a while. I'm in groups for Christian wives. So just think of all different, think if you like to crochet, get in some crochet groups, right? Whatever things that you like, any titles or things or hobbies that you like, you could join different groups for those, like to meet different people online. In person, the same thing. You can go online and you can meet people in person for like at meetup groups, or like I said, the Eventbrite or Facebook. On the events, you can look up different groups to join and go to different groups and join them for different things. Like I went to a dinner last week and it was for the subdivision that we might be moving into. It was just for the women in that subdivision, and they specified no business. So of course, I'm not going to talk about business there, but I can meet the people, and then I can find them on Facebook and I can friend them. And then they're going to see my posts every day that I post about my business. So I still didn't bring business to the group, right? But I stepped out and I met other women, and it was like we were there for a little bit over an hour. So, fit whatever you can into your schedule wherever you can, and find ways to meet different people and fit it in. And one of the things, 35 years ago, I've been in the networking marketing industry for over 35 years. But when I started, I didn't have a bunch of contacts. I was at home. I had a couple kids. I kept my sister's kid while she was working. The only contacts I had was other women in the church nursery. Literally, that was it. Because I went to church and I was almost always in the nursery because I had at least 2 kids in the nursery. So, you can start wherever, and it doesn't matter who you know or what time you have. That's just an excuse. And then message different people, connect with different people, find different people, build relationships with people. So get in those different groups that you're not in yet, or that you already are in, that you haven't been interacting in. Get to know people in the groups, talk to people, comment in the groups, let people see your posts in the group, and make relevant content in the group, be valuable, bring valuable information or stuff to the group that people are going to look up to you for. And when they see your name more, like literally I do 5 minutes a day, every day on social media, as far as I get in different groups that I'm already in, and I like a couple posts, I read glance over a couple posts and then I comment on a couple posts on a couple different groups. And I'm in probably 100 different groups. So I don't go in all those every day, obviously. But I have a list of all my groups and I try to go in a couple each day, but literally 5 minutes. Everybody can fit in 5 minutes in their day, no matter what, wherever, right? Wherever, when you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, take 5 minutes out of that time and do that instead for your business. Think about who is your ideal person. So like, who do you want to work with, right? So people attract people that are a lot like them most of the time. And so you want to attract people that are kind of like you and that you can relate with. And so the same thing, that's why you want to talk to people in these groups that you're in, because people do business with those that they know, like, and trust, right? Is what Zig Ziglar always said. I say, and remember, if they don't remember you when it's time to make a buying decision, it doesn't matter, right? When I had the back and leg pain with the sciatica, if I didn't remember someone, if I didn't remember Steve, I wouldn't be here today, right? And I could possibly still be in a lot of pain. Thankfully, I'm not. But that's it. People have to remember you too. So that's why you got to keep in touch. You have to go back. You have to figure out systems to keep in touch with people. You can go on Facebook and you can download your entire friend list and follower list. And I create that, I download that, and I save it on my desktop. And I go through the same thing. I have one of my things that I do in my list is every day I go through that list, literally 5 to 10 people. I go to their page, I like something, comment on something, and I send them a message that just says, hey, how you doing? Something to keep in touch, to keep that relationship building. I also message everybody. I check Facebook. I just search birthdays today and I see all my friends that have a birthday. I send them a message. I don't post on their wall. I send them a private message telling them happy birthday. When you message people back and forth and they reply to you, then that shows Facebook that person wants to hear from you. So then they see your posts on your wall more. So that's another reason why to message people on Facebook and get them to message back to you, because they're going to see your post that you're posting more often. And so the people that you do connect with and that you want, that is your ideal person, contact them, friend them, send messages with them, start to build that relationship. It's a process, right? It doesn't always have, if somebody wants your product, then great, it can happen pretty quickly. But if you're just building the relationship, then you don't, friend them and say, hi, how you doing? And then immediately pitch them. Don't do that. That's tacky. And there are some reps that do that. I say, don't do that. Actually build the relationship with them. And then always, when people don't respond to your messages, don't always think that they're ignoring your message, because everyone is busy, right? And so, the fortune is in the follow-ups. But, think about how many websites you've gone to and you bookmarked it because you plan to go back to that website one day. You literally plan to go back to that website. So you bookmarked that website, but you haven't been back to it, right? Because you get busy, you get sidetracked. There's so much going on. So the same thing, if people don't respond to your message, don't always take that they're saying no. If they didn't say no, then don't worry about it. And even if they did say no, it might be just no, not right now. And another time may come up. I've had people join my businesses years down the road after I first asked them. So always keep in touch and always follow up. People that say, I'm not good at sales. Well, that's completely wrong, because every single one of us that are alive are good at sales. You sell your kids to eat their green beans, right? You sold your mom to get whatever you wanted as a teenager, right? You sell to your husband to get the things that you want, right? So we're all selling all the time. It just might be in a different way, but we are selling all the time. So you want to get your way, then you have different ways to do it, to sell. So the same thing, it's selling the idea, selling the product, whatever. But like with ours, we share it. That's another thing that I say. It's, you're not selling it. I don't feel like I sell stuff. I share it. And if they're interested, that's great. If they're not interested, that's great too. We can still be friends, right? And so another thing, I don't have time, another excuse, right? I watch a grandbaby full time. I don't have time, right? When I was raising my kids, I would say a lot of times, I don't have time. But guess what? I figured out the time because I have my why, and I have my why to build a legacy for my family. And that's what I've literally done over the last 35 years that I've been in this industry. So you can find pockets of time. And if you were guaranteed, if I told you, no matter what, I guarantee you $5,000 a month for you to work this business 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday. I guarantee you'd find that 2 hours in pockets of time throughout the day, right? Might not be 2 hours straight, but it could be 2 hours in pockets of time. So the same thing, like I said earlier, I find a 5-minute pocket to do this on Facebook. I find another 5-minute pocket here. I do all my texting at once. So I go through my phone in the morning and I go through all the texting. I go through then Facebook messages. I go through Instagram messages. I go through TikTok messages. I go through my WhatsApp messages. I go through my Telegram messages. And then I put my phone down and then I go on to my next task. And I do that in a certain amount of time. I go through my emails and I go through them, and then I don't touch my emails again till my next email slotted time. So you can find things throughout the day, no matter what you want to do. And how many times do you waste time by watching TV, right? Watching a show 2.5 hours. And I love to watch a show with my husband too. I used to never watch TV. Now I do because he likes to. But, that's a 2.5 hour movie. Now, granted, if your husband wants you to do that or whatever, sometimes you have to or you want to. But you don't have to do it every single night, and you don't have to do it back-to-back shows or like a Netflix series or whatever. Watch 2 of the series and then do something else for 30 minutes. But also like scrolling the social media, like I said before, or, I don't do this, but going out partying with friends, you can do that. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to do. But maybe you come back a little bit early and you work on your business, or you go out an hour later, or you just don't do it as much. Maybe your friends want you to go out 3-4 nights a week. Go out 1 night a week. And the other nights work on your business if that's what you want to change your future. And doing things that, the things that don't make money. So like me checking my emails, that doesn't make money, right? Now I still have to do it, but it doesn't make money. So think about the things that would help you to make money. Messaging prospects or building the relationships with people that is going to possibly get to a sale. Posting the testimonials on social media, that's going to get to a sale, right? So think about the things that don't make money if you're spending too much time on those. Training is important. Listening to this training is important, right? But training is important, but don't spend all your time training and never actually getting out there and doing it. There's people that talk to me that say they want to learn more. And so they want to watch all the videos on YouTube about the patches. They want to learn all about the compensation plan, right? Now, I have read every single line of the compensation plan. And I have, I could tell you all about the compensation plan at a glance and tell you where you need to be. But I don't know what's in the very top levels because I'm not there yet. So I don't care. I know what I need to get to my next level. And I know what everyone on my team needs to get to their next level because I've already been there. But all the other levels, don't need to worry about it till you get there. And you just need to know what that next right step is, right? Think of like a child 2-year-old looking up at a staircase of like 16 steps. They cannot see at the very top. I mean, they might be able to look up and see, right? But they have no idea how they're going to get there. They're looking at how I get on that next step. And that's all you need to worry about. And because you can train and train and train and train, and you're never showing it to people or sharing it to people. Get out and share it with people. Train a little bit. Yes, you should learn and you should read your back office and click on all the links and read all the things, but don't spend all your time doing that. And another thing, like I always say, you know, if you show me your calendar, I can predict your future. So even my calendar, even though it's very tied up with watching my grandbaby, I'm very tied up with, since I'm remarried, you know, in that time, spending time with him. But I have stuff on my calendar every single day. And I have different pockets of time picked up and taken for my business. So the same thing, if you are putting it on your calendar, put everything on your calendar and have Google remind you, you know, have your phone ping you when it's time. That's the only notifications I have set on my phone is for my calendar, and it pings and lets me know what my next thing is. I don't have texting ping me on my phone because I only answer my texts when I'm available to text. Basically, when I'm in other things, doing other things, I don't have it on. I'm not getting disturbed. I'm not going to get distracted. People that say that they don't have enough money. So, you know, find low cost and free things like going out. Like people say they don't have money to join a BNI meeting, right? There's lots of free networking groups. So if you have the time to go out to a networking group, look up for ones that are free. The same thing, look up other events that are free. Once again, join the different groups on social media of things that you have in common and find people that have common interests. And then the same thing, I don't know enough. You know, I didn't either when I started, but I invited people. I copied and pasted testimonials the day one that I decided to join because I decided that I was going to share it, right? I didn't know the answers. I texted Steve I still text Steve 10 times a day, every day, right? But at the beginning, I especially texted him a lot because I didn't know the answers. Because when I first joined, I had bought the Liberty and the Freedom, and that was it. Now, when I joined, well, that's why I bought it as a customer. And then when I joined, I bought both the join kits that were only available at sign up. But the thing is, I didn't know the answers. And so I would post testimonials and I would go on about my day, but I would message people, and people that asked me questions, I turned around, copied and pasted them to him all day long. And he would answer and I would copy and paste the answer back to them. But I would save those so that way I was learning, right? And that way I could share it with other people. And then also invite people to the testimonial group. Save the videos that you like. Watch some of the videos on YouTube. Save the ones that you like. Make a little spreadsheet on your computer where you can copy and paste them, what they're exactly about, like Jay's explanation of the products, the long explanation one, the short explanation one. I have those 2 links in the Welcome to My Team little handbook. So you could copy and paste those. And when other people ask them, then you have them to save and you can text and reply. And the same thing, go in the testimonial group, read 5 to 10 a day, because that gets that into your head of the different stories and helps you to answer people. So at the end of this, so tell me, what other excuses do you have? Okay, so now I will open it up and we will have our live Q&A. And I'm gonna go ahead.